Today, I would like to demonstrate how you can use the endnote for citation. So say, for instance, you would like to include like AutoML for prediction. For example, this is the keywords. So you may see that there are a number of papers there. So if you can see those like open access, for example, so it means that it is free. And suppose that, for example, this one is relevant. So what you can do is that you can actually try to like for example, if this part is relevant, for example, so what you can do is that you can actually try to copy it first, and then you can then try to cite it out, copy it to Word. So let's change to the Word part. So we will just go to Word. So we can then actually open the file of Word. So let me change the screen again. So suppose that this is the part for which you would like to cite. So what I usually do is that I will firstly mark it as red. So this means that I have not yet dealt with anything as like citation. The citation part has not been done. And then I will just go back to the go back to Science Direct. So this is where we would like to cite, right? So Science Direct or other website that they have got a good point that's that you can actually try to put like sites and then try to go to the export to RIS, for example. And then, so by the time you export to RIS, the endnote will be automatically be able to record whatever thing that you see. So say for instance, this one, that you can see it very clearly that everything has been entered to there. So you do not need to enter it to it like manually. So this is a way for which you can try to use like endnote to help us to enter all the things, all the citations and references very quickly. And then now we will go back to the Word. So you go back to the Word again. So here you will see that the Word is there. And then we will try to cite it. So if once you install endnote, so you can see endnote is here. And then you will try to do is like add the citation. And then, so say for instance that this is a citation for which we have just um, entered to, for example, then you will be able to see the citation for which that we have used just now. And then, so the good point is that you can actually automatically obtain the date, obtain the references very quickly. So for this one, then what you have to do is that you will try to rewrite it. So by the time that you rewrite it, what you may try to do is that uh, you may try to for example, you will try to replace it by some of the other terms. And then you will see that I try to change it with other terms. So I try to do is that so suppose that this is a part for which there is a relevant, for example, the other part are not relevant. So what you can see is that at one time that we try to rewrite some of the words, and then So what you see is that there may be some other thing for which it may be possible to change. Like for example, try to use like the similar words. So this may be possibly used in some circumstances. And then so that this one you can see that uh, uh, so that we try to change some of the word there. And then you can see that ultimately, if you change several times, then this sort of things that will be automatically, that is the whole sentence will be like no more have got the problem of plagiarism. So we will then change to it in black. So this one, of course, that we will change a couple of times. So this is not just the first time, and then we will still change a number of times so that ultimately the whole structure, the sentence structure, will be completely different from the previous one. And that is how we can avoid the problem of plagiarism. But of course, that by the time you use this one, make sure that you try to use a journal article instead of the procedure, because procedure means it is journal that means that it is a proceeding. So we try to avoid it. Okay. So this part we try to avoid. For this part, um, so that we will try to avoid proceeding. So procedure, etc. We will try to avoid it. But why we say that we try to avoid? I'm not saying that all the conferences are not good. In particular, in case of like computer science, there are some of the some of the conference paper that are absolutely good. But because in case of like undergraduate, you may not be able to aware or distinguish whether or not this is a good paper or not. So better try to use like journal article instead. Now this one, what you see is that I have got both the references and also citation. So for the references here, for example, so you can see that we have got the references here, and then we have got citation here. So if you try to use this way, then you will not miss any of the citation or any of the references. So this is the part for which I would like to talk to you today. And of course, that by the time you try to check the grammar, for example, you can actually try to use this one, which is available in Word. So it will try to help you to check whether or not there are some of the words that is incorrect. Now, for this one, for example, you may just say that why is it incorrect? The main reason is that it is in UK British English, because Microsoft in itself is a US software. So that usually if you see this sort of things, then probably they will just say that it is an error. So in any case, these are some of the ways for which I can help you to do something in the websites. Okay. And then this is a way for which you can try to use like endnote to help us to enter all sort of like citation and also references. So this is the end of this presentation for the endnote part.